Good morning, Jessica.
Morning, Sally.
Good morning, everyone out there listening. And we've got a wonderful talk today from Jessica on pure love. I think there's nothing we would rather have than pure love. Thanks, Jessica.
Thanks, Sally. So pure love, true love, I think it's something everyone would like and something that really the whole world is searching for at the moment. Babies want to be loved, children want to be loved. Doesn't matter what age we are, we really deserve to be loved. It's natural, and yeah, that's why we're all looking for it. So true love or pure love, what is it? It's a love that's unconditional. So that means the love is there no matter what I or you do. So if I make a mistake, if I get angry, get upset, you'll still love me. There's no conditions. And it's unlimited. It's a love that's for everyone. So it's not a love that's for some people and not others. It's a love for everyone and equally just as much. So it's constant and overflowing. So I'm just wondering whether any of you have found this love. And maybe some of you have, but I think generally it's not available to most of us in the world, and that's why we're all out there madly looking for it. And I don't think we've found it in other people, because that's why there's so many marriage breakups. There's so many friends who are no longer friends. There's brothers and sisters who are no longer friends. They're not talking to each other. children and parents who aren't talking to each other. And there's conflict in communities, within countries, between countries. Really, it's showing at the moment in the world that we're not finding this love amongst ourselves. And that's why people are looking for it in other things. So they've got pets to give them this love. Or they go out into nature and they search for that feeling in nature. Or we go and try and fill this emptiness that's there with something else. Perhaps it's eating too much, or chocolate, lots of chocolate, or buying shoes, or fast cars, or lots of clothes. We'll be doing something in order to fill this emptiness inside us from not having found the love that we deserve, that's natural to us. So the reason we haven't found it actually is that it's not out there. We're not going to find it in things, in nature, in animals or people. We'll find some love from people and animals, but it's limited. I don't think it will constantly be there. And it certainly won't be there when the person or the animal dies. So where do we look if we can't find it out there? Well, love is actually in the soul. It's in the living being, the spirit that's inside us. So we have to go within and look for it actually within ourselves. So the soul, the living being, is behind here as a point of light, like a little star. And our true nature as a soul is to be loving, is to be everything good, loving, peaceful, happy. And when I remember that and remember that that's who I am, that soul, that being of light, then I emerge that love within myself. And it's a love for myself, actually. When I remember that that's me, it's not Jessica, it's not this body, then I go beyond all the limitations that I think of myself generally. Because I'm going beyond gender, beyond age, nationality, religion, race. I'm just remembering I'm a soul, a point of light, a living point of light that's beautiful, that's pure. And the true nature of me, the soul, is to be loving. And when I remember that, that love just comes into me naturally. So let's do this now and have a meditation and just love ourselves for a moment. So just sit comfortably. Try having your eyes open and look at the picture behind me, which is a picture of you, the soul. And just follow the words as I say them. Just wait while the camera goes up to the picture. And just follow the words. I'll speak a short commentary. And this is the sort of commentary you can say to yourself when you're at home doing a meditation without the prop of a commentary from someone else, a CD or me. The words don't have to be complicated. They can be just very simple. I just remember who I am, that I am a soul, point of light, like a little star behind the forehead. Tiny, tiny dot of light. That's me. That's who I am. A loving soul. This is where my love lies. Within me, the soul. The being of love. Radiating love. radiating light is filled with love, pure love, love that's accepting, unconditional, love that really touches the hearts of others. This is deep within me, the soul. It's in every one of us. I just have to remember who I am, take time out to experience myself as this loving soul. Om Shanti. So just come back to the awareness of the room. So if that commentary is too much for you to remember, just sit there, visualize yourself as that point of light in here, and say to yourself, I'm a loving soul, a loving point of light. Just keep saying that to yourself slowly and feel it. Really feel it and believe it. That's all you have to do, 5 minutes a day. If you can do more, great. And there was one fellow who did the course, and after 3 weeks of practicing this, he gave up eating junk food. And he said it's because he felt better about himself. And I feel it was because he was really starting to love himself. And so he wanted to take care of the body that he was living in. So it doesn't take long for this love to start emerging in us again. It's like we reawaken it when we just remember where it is and where I am. And take time out from thinking this is me and all the stresses and the burdens I have, being this instead of this. That's the truth. So that's why this is true love. When I connect to myself as a soul. And this is the way to be loving to others, to connect with them as souls. So when I see someone, don't focus on the body. Don't think about the body. Oh, this is a male or a female, this age, this nationality, this role, my boss, my child, my mother. Don't think about those aspects. Just focus on the soul. Look at the forehead here and be thinking, this is the soul I'm talking to. When I do that, I'm in my space of truth, of being loving, and I'm connecting to their truth. And the energy that comes out of me will be loving. I don't have to make effort and think, oh, I've got to be loving. No, it's just natural. The attention just has to be on the soul, and the love will flow naturally. I'll be calm as well. All my goodness will come out of me, and I will see the goodness in the other. So why don't we do this? It's so simple. Why don't we do this? Why aren't we doing this and being loving? Well, one thing is we've all forgotten that that's who we are. We've forgotten we're souls. And so even if you've come here to the Brahma Kumaris and you've been taught this lesson that you're a soul, you have to keep being reminded every day. We have a class every morning, and every morning we're reminded that we're souls. So we need to remind ourselves that. And the main way to do that is actually to sit in meditation for a while, remembering. But then throughout the day, remember, and start practicing seeing others as souls. But the other reason why we're not doing this enough is that we're all tired, spiritually tired. And we need to be re-energized. We actually need to be filled up with this pure love. This is where it is, but it's a little bit dull. It's a little bit flat, and it needs a recharge of a source of pure love, true love. And so this is what we do in the second step of our meditation when we link to the Supreme Soul. Supreme Soul is another soul just like us, but because that soul isn't in a body, that soul has got unlimited, constant, pure love. Love that's totally accepting for everyone with no conditions. So when I spend time thinking of that soul in meditation, I'm naturally just absorbing that pure love. It just happens without you making any effort. The effort I have to make is just first remembering I'm a soul, and then remembering that soul as a point of light that's pure and good. And the energy will flow into me as love. And what I've found, I'll share some stories and then we'll do a meditation with this. But what I've found is over the years, through practicing this meditation, is I've got, I guess, more confidence in myself, and I feel loved. Like when someone feels loved, they feel that they're good, don't they? Little children, if they've come from a really loving family, they've got confidence. And they expect everyone to love them. They think it's their right, and they're happy. And that's what happens with this meditation over time. We start to regain that confidence we've lost, and we feel, even if people don't love me, it doesn't bother us because we've got like this source of love within us anyway. We don't need actually to have others' love because we've taken it all from the Supreme Soul. And I'll give an example of this. The other day, I was just working on the computer, and then someone suddenly started getting annoyed with me and was starting to tell me about what I was doing. But it didn't bother me. Now, in the past, I would have got upset and I would have started defending myself and probably would have spoken back angrily in defending myself. But actually, it was just like water off a duck's back. It didn't penetrate me because I think my morning meditation had made me like full of love. So it was okay what was happening. I didn't get upset. And because I didn't get upset, I could see what the other person needed, what they were trying to say. They were just getting angry, and what they were saying didn't make sense. But I could see what it was that they needed, and so I was able to respond and explain what I was doing and how it was okay. Within a minute, they'd calmed down, they said okay, and went away. Left me to what I was doing. It's just like magic. And I thought, gee, I knew what to say because I didn't react, I didn't feel upset, and I could see beneath what they were saying. Because I didn't actually respond to what they said. I said something else, but I knew that that's what they needed to hear to calm them down. So this is just one example of what happens when you start to be full of this spiritual love. You start to not react, and then you can respond with what people need. And what can blow up into sort of disputes doesn't. It all dissipates and it's over in a minute and you just get back onto with life. So I guess in a way that's a way of being loving. This is how the love that I've filled up makes me respond more lovingly to others. Because when we get upset, when we get angry, we're not being loving. But if we can stay calm and stable, then we can be loving. Now, a lot of us live with other people. It could be our husband or wife, our partner, our children, flatmates. This is often where the love breaks down, doesn't it? Actually, it's often breaks down with those we love the most. And it's because we expect the most from the people we're living with, the people we're closest to. And it's these expectations that deceive us and break down the love between us. So we need to learn to let go of expectations and to, not depend on someone else being a certain way, doing a certain thing for our happiness. You probably think, well, how can I do that? Of course, I've got to expect a few things from these people because I'm living with them. I have to expect a certain level of behavior, a certain amount from them to help me or understand me. But I suggest you try experimenting, letting go of your expectations and just see how things work out. Because what's really important, what's more important, I feel, is our relationships. And our expectations are usually more about physical things, how the house should be, or how our children should be performing at school, or how our husband should be helping us, or how our wife should want to do what we want to do, go out for a drive in the car or watch the football, whatever. They're sort of limited things, external, but what I feel is more important is the interaction of feelings between us, the love, the peace, the calmness, the respect. That's more important. And if we want that to be good, then we've just got to give up these expectations. Because the world's not a perfect place, and we forget that. We think that it is, and that we should be perfect, and that our family should be perfect, and we should all perform perfectly. But actually, it's not like that. So the house can't be perfect. There's going to be dirt, there's going to be dust, the dishes aren't going to be done, people are going to be tired, people aren't going to understand what I'm saying, and accept it. Just accept it and see what happens. So I do it as an experiment. I did this and I let go of expecting the house to be a certain way. I let go of the dishes having to be done in the evening. And things worked out, actually. Magic starts to happen and the relationships will be more loving. And if you find it difficult, then what I suggest you do is just incorporate meditation. So when the dishes don't get done, just do it yourself. And do it while you're meditating. And okay, visitors are coming, you need the house tidy. Fine, just do it. Start doing it, but do it calmly. Don't boss anyone about. Don't boss yourself about. Just do it calmly, not with stress. And whatever can be done, fine. Just do that much. And just see how magic will happen, how it'll be enough. No one will notice that you haven't done certain things. There was one lady who came on a retreat here, and she said she used to get annoyed with her husband when he came home early from work. And she thought about it during the retreat, and she realised the reason she got annoyed was she thought the perfect wife, perfect loving wife, has the dinner ready before the husband gets home so that he can come home, rest for a minute, and then eat his dinner. So if he came home early, she wouldn't have the dinner ready and she'd be getting stressed, and so she'd get annoyed. Now, when he heard this, he said he actually didn't care if dinner was ready or not. He was just happy to eat it whenever. So she'd put this pressure on herself of what she thought a perfect loving wife was, and was putting that expectation on herself. So once she understood how he felt about it, she could let go of that expectation. And she could let go of the anger and the annoyance she felt when he came home early. And instead she could enjoy his company. And then get dinner ready, comfortably later. So if we start looking at the expectations we put on ourselves and others, we can often find that they're not actually realistic, that they're not needed, that others aren't expecting it. I'm sure our friends aren't expecting us to be madly running around cleaning the house before they come over as visitors. So just explore, I guess, thinking about this and how you can let go of a few of the expectations you have. And what will help you with this is to fill up with the pure love that you get in meditation. It will give you enough confidence to experiment with letting go of the limited things you use to feel good about yourself, like being clean and tidy or having the dinner on time. No, these are limited things. They're not real. They're actually artificial love. It's like being loving artificially if we think putting a meal on the table at a certain time is what love is all about. Or if we think having a perfectly clean and tidy house is being loving to our friends. It's artificial love. Even giving flowers to someone's artificial love. I mean, fine, it's a nice thing to do. It's not that we don't do that. But what real love, true, pure love is a feeling, an exchange of feeling, where we totally accept the other person as they are, warts and all. Doesn't matter if people make a mistake. That's what real love is. And so the only way to do that is to first be full of love ourselves, so full that it doesn't affect us when someone gets angry. And if you think of a mother, I guess it's the idealistic mother. We're not all like this all the time, but the ideal mother at times expresses this pure love for her baby because the baby's pooing, screaming, vomiting all over her, and yet she's just being that loving, accepting mother. And we have moments, all of us, when we can do this. But pure love is constant. It's there always. So to have this sort of pure love that's always there, even when the children become teenagers and start misbehaving, then we really can only do this when we're getting a source of pure love ourselves from the Supreme Soul in meditation. That's my experience. So let's do that now. Let's have a meditation and we'll link to that pure source of pure love that just gives us so much energy and feeling of fullness and wellness that it doesn't matter what others do. We're not going to lose our cool, and we're just going to have that vision on them of being souls. Because as souls, we're all good. We're all got that goodness within us. And that's where we have to look, not at the behaviour. The behaviour isn't where we have to focus. We have to focus on the soul, where the truth lies. Okay, so let's do that now. Just sit comfortably. We always start with remembering who we are. A soul, being of love. Tiny, tiny point of spiritual energy. It's who I am. A loving soul, radiating love. Just visualize that love radiating out from me behind the forehead. And then I see myself in front of the Supreme Soul. The one soul who is a constant source of pure love. Love that's not mixed with any negativity or judgment. love that's totally accepting. And I just see this love flowing into me, the soul. And I absorb this love. Because everyone deserves this love. This pure love that makes me feel content and full. I can take as much as I want. By just focusing on the Supreme Soul and allowing that energy to flow into me. This is the love that can never hurt. This pure love can only heal and support me. It's this love that will help me change. So that I emerge my pure love for myself and others. Om Shanti. So just come back to the awareness of the room. So this love is what will help us change. Because we can't change others. We can only change ourselves. But we need strength to change ourselves. And this love gives us that strength. It gives us the fulfillment that we've been looking for out there. So we don't need to look out there anymore and depend on external things that are unreliable. We just need to go inside, remember ourselves as those loving beings, and then download that pure love, and then start practicing seeing others as those loving souls. Have that soul-to-soul connection with others, and I think you'll see that things start to change in your life, in your interactions, and in how you feel generally. So enjoy experimenting with this. Thank you. Sally's going to come and say goodbye.
Thank you, Jessica. That was beautiful. I think what more could we want than that? So we'll all be practicing. Thank you. Thank you for being there. And thank you, Jessica.
Thanks, Sally.
And thank you, Sri Ram.
So stay tuned. Tomorrow you've got Sally with you. She's talking about freedom.